KCC105 for your final graphic number 2. You're going to find an investment, look at its percentage change, and we need to compare it to inflation. Let's make sure you understand the comparison to inflation. Last video, I told you how to find a percentage change for some sort of investment. You know, you buy some stocks, you buy a mutual fund, you invest in a commodity market, you buy a house. You can find the data. You can find percentage change based on the index from the data. However, now we got to compare it to inflation. How do we do that? Well, the first thing is you need to get the percentage of inflation. Right here, you're going to click that link and you can download some data. I've got that right here. So I downloaded 2 years worth of data. You go ahead and find a little more because 2 years might not be the perfect, accurate time window. How do you find percentage change? I took an index. I think you know the formula in there. If not, please reach out. Down below, this number right here tells me the percentage change, but like I said, I only did 2 years of data. I'd recommend go for 5 years, maybe 10 years of data, and then I can say, okay, the inflation rate per year is about 2.31, because if it's that much over 2 years, divide it in half, okay, it's about 2.3% inflation rate. Great. So I've got that number, 2.3% inflation, but how am I going to use that to start to compare to my investment? So first thing is I did the housing market. So if I look at Chicago houses, I found this data online for a 1-bedroom, and I said over 4 years, the price of that 1-bedroom house went up 24%. So divided by 4, okay, it's about 6% per year. So look, I've got that percentage, 6% per year. I've got this inflation percent of 2.3% per year. How do I put it together? All right, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to start a brand new spreadsheet right here. Okay, and then say the house price. Okay, how much you buy a house for? Make up a number. Or you can go online and find a house and say, wow, what if I bought this thing for $150,000? Okay, now we know how this works. How did we do this before? Oh, I'm sorry. I need 2 other spaces over here. I said the inflation rate was 2.3% and 2.3. Let me put a percentage symbol on there. And then the housing change. What do we find? I got to go back to my other 6.04. All right, let's make this work. 6.04%. But you see what I'm doing? I'm starting out with the price of my investment. I can find that. I can make it up. I'm getting these percentages. Those you're not going to make up. You're going to have the data to back it up. Now, let's see how things work. Equals. Take this number, multiply it by, do I multiply it by the percentage? No, because my house is not going to be worth that much the next time. What do you have to do? You have to do this multiply by, and we did this before, 1 plus the percentage right here. Yeah, okay, my house is going to go up over time. If I pull this down, wait a minute, nothing changed. Go to this formula. This percentage right here, maybe you remember this, it doesn't change. You had to hit the F4 button. Those of you who are saying, wait, I'm not sure about the F4, you can also type it in, 6.04%, and it'll work there. And I pull it down, ta-da, look at my house. Over time, that's going to be worth a lot of money. Great. And you know what? I should put some labels on here. What are we in 2018? What's next? 2019? 2020? I'll be here all day if I type that. So you highlight that and copy it down. All right, I'm going to add just one row. Oop. There we go. I've got some data about how my investment, my house is going to be worth over time based on past changes. Now, there's another thing. House price. Actually, purchase price, right? When I bought the house, maybe it was worth that much, but purchase price due to inflation. So let's see. Yeah, I bought the house for $150,000, but inflation says that money is going to be inflated over time. So let's do the equation. This number multiplied by 1 plus the inflation. I got to do the F4 because I want it to keep. I got there, and now I can copy that now. And you can see inflation goes up as well, but my house price is going up further. Now, how can you represent that? You can highlight everything. You can go up to insert. I can create some, I like the line graph, so I can say, yeah, my house is going up a lot more than inflation. That's a good thing. So maybe that's a way to say house, probably a pretty good investment based on past trends. This is a good graph. Of course, you can label that. We've talked about how if you delete this, you can annotate it in your graphic and so forth. But at the ultimate, the basic thing that you need to understand is that this number right here, you have to make that up. Make it up. That is based on your initial investment. Now, how much are you willing to invest? That's up to you. If you're buying a house, it's probably going to be a bigger number. If you're playing the stock market, maybe you say, well, I just can invest $500 because you got to start somewhere. Whatever your initial investment is, that's your pick. But then you're going to find these percentage changes, and then you're going to use this formula, which you've seen before. That's nothing new. And you're going to use the spreadsheet to carry it on through, 22 years here. You can do it for 30 years. You can do it more or less. And you're going to compare those two and say, wow, house price is pretty good compared to inflation. So work through that process, but remember the main thing is to get these percentages first, and those come from, I got the Zillow data here. Those come from, which one was this? This was a mutual fund. You can say, wow, that's pretty nice investment right there. What else did I have? CPI data here. That's how you get the percentage change for the inflation. And what else did I have? The bond market. Remember, if you're doing the bond, you just need to use the average formula. You don't need to use an index. So there's the bond percentage change. You got to find those percentage changes, and then you got to work those together to create this time series for your investment into the future. There's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things going on, but I know we've done it before. And if you have any questions about how that process works together, please reach out. I'm happy to touch base with you about that for the final graphic number 2.